Yep. And here we go. So we
Here we
have Primitive
go.
on the left and we have Juan on the right. Looks like they are doing their post mulligans or their hands. Again, they shuffled up, got ready to play. We've seen a little bit of both players' hands. Primitive's on the play. He has the Ukamon in hand. This is big. He has the Louis. Okay, and he
I
has a
think he'll
mat.
go
Okay.
mat. Yeah,
Yeah,
setting up the
that
mat
makes
for
more
sure.
sense. And then you Louis on the next turn after you get the Gabumon in play. Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then Juan's going to go and do the Flamemon. Let's see what he has here in response. He has a Crimson Blaze. He has an Atomic Inferno in hand. He's going to go into the 2, probably hoping to see another Atomic Inferno. Going into the Flamemon, passing him off to 2, pitching the Aldemon, drawing 2. Gets a Tamer and another Atomic Inferno. Could we be seeing another play like we saw last game with the double Atomic Inferno? I think that's very possible this game. Gabumon.
All right.
Yep.
In
And
the
then
back,
Louis.
we're probably going to see that Louis come down. Ooh, but there's a world
But
where he
he's
does
second
mat followed by
Yeah.
Oh, he's being a little more reserved. He's just going to swing
Okay.
to draw the card. He's just probably going to go
Ukamon
mat
did
here
save its
then.
curses.
He's going to save the Louis for maybe a cheeky way to swing out for game.
For game? Yeah, probably. I mean, he's thinking about it. He might not. He does have it looks like he has a Searcher Gabu next to the Lanamon, but he'll go for the map. That's a very good reserve play. He goes to 0. Oh, maybe he drops the... Oh, he has a Mem boost as well, it looks like. Or maybe it's a training next to the Louis. Yeah, he has the EX1 Gabumon that'll come down. It's going to have to be a very quick and fast game from both players. He has the Korikaku in hand as well. That can do a lot of work early. So Juan is at 3 with double Atomic Inferno. I think we'll likely see that come down. And then another check with, double Atomic Inferno. And then go into Burning.
So he's got a million DP.
Yeah,
just
he's got
so much DP.
So much DP and 3 checks. 1, 2. Louis. Louis does not... second Louis. Do they not raise on play, or is that a choice?
He could choose to. It's an option. But here, he'd much rather on his turn get all of those effects.
Wow. Juan probably swings in with his rookie here, leaving Prim at 1. Maybe not, though. He does have that Crimson Blaze.
The double Louis is insane.
Into a bond on that last one. Let's see what Juan does in response. A very, very crazy plays from both players here. This is turn 2, by the way. Turn 2, and Michael is already down to 1 security. Takuya looks like it's going to hit the board. Passing Michael off to 3. Bringing up that Godmon going to 5. Drawing 2. Tapping both Louis, going to 7. Is there a world where you bond a friendship here? I think that's probably the best play here.
If he has it, yeah, I think that. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't know. But it looks like, by the way, he's looking at his hand, he doesn't. He does have a Davis, though, to try and dig there. We'll see if that Davis comes down. He's at 7. Ooh, I think I actually do see a bond of friendship.
It's either a bond or a Death X. I cannot tell.
Yeah. So we see that Foxfire come down.
No, that's a Death X.
Is it? Okay. Gabumon. He's asking the judge if he can use Gabumon's start of turn, I guess. He might have missed the trigger. I'm not sure if it's mandatory or not. Looks like it probably was to draw a card.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, he's holding that Davis in the front of his hand, thinking about how he can pass turn, giving him 1 with it. I don't think that's the memory setter, Takuya. Korikaku going to 0. Got a Howling.
Yeah, it's not optional for that. For that
draw.
Gabumon. It's a draw, and you give something blocker.
Okay.
Which does come up because if he were to swing and hit like something that kills a blocker in security, it could be relevant.
So Juan will go into a rookie here. Honestly, Juan probably won't do the hybrid this turn because of that blocker that there is now. Crimson Blaze, coming down, clearing up the board, setting up for a potential lethal next turn. We do see Michael drew that Hammer Spark. Does he have a way to get another body on board to block? He'll go to the Gabumon. He'll draw for turn, get a mat. Again, though, we did see Juan almost with lethal in the last game. He was able to find a hybrid off the top 3. Let's see if he can do that, if he already has it, or if he'll do that again. He'll put him at 1, which means that he will need some sort of way to gain memory in order to...
Really smart by Prim.
Yeah. And then on Prim's next turn, he'll gain 5 memory as soon as he raises. Foxfire.
Oh, Foxfire will bounce. So he won't get to draw off the Coromon either.
That's pretty good. Into another Tamer. This is the memory setter. So let's see. And he got a bond of friendship off the top.
That's wild.
Oh my, and he draws 3. Taps 2 Louis, goes to 8. He has 3 swings with this bond of friendship. He would need double hybrid. And we know he used one of the Korikaku.
I think he has at least one.
I think I saw a Lanamon in his hand, yeah. Let's see what happens. We'll bond of friendship.
I mean, there's no reason to not go into it right here, right?
Right. I mean, he's in a position where he either wins this turn or he loses the next turn. It's not great. Oh, he got another Lanamon. So if he has...
one Lanamon.
If he does have the other like we thought, then there's potential he got a Louis. Crimson Blaze.
Okay.
So he has 1 Lanamon. Go to 3. Tuck it, give jamming. Swing 6. He'll draw again. Final checks into Kuya. Does he have the second hybrid? He has the second hybrid.
Yeah, there's that other Lanamon.
Round 1 goes to Primitive.
That's game 1.
With blue bond of friendship. Insane game, chat. Insane game. Wow.
Oh, man. I don't know if I could be Michael today, just living on a fucking prayer all day. Just like being that close to death every time he wins.
I mean, to be fair, he has a pretty easy day, right? He either wins super quick or he makes it easier for his opponent to kill him if he starts to fall behind. So, you know. And Gabumon's also a really cool deck, right? Like, I'm a big believer, and I think going to, especially in person, large events, I think it's better to take a simpler deck. Maybe it's just because I'm a simple-minded person, and most of my favorite decks are pretty monkey see, monkey do. But I think Primitive's really smart by taking Bond of Friendship, right? Most of his games will end in the first 20 minutes of a round, giving him 30 to 40 minutes downtime to sort of mentally prepare for that next game. And I think that's always something that is really good and that you should take into account when you're playing in these events, you know, is that mental fortitude. So game 1 going to Gabu Bond is insane. I don't think Gabu Bond being in top 8, let alone having the potential of winning a regionals, was on anyone's bingo board except for maybe Primitives. So that's very, very cool. But don't count Juan out yet. We saw what he did in the last game. Let's see if he can do it again with this hand. Prim's going to take that mulligan. Chat, buy your Bond of Friendships now. Just kidding. We're going into BT16. And at some point, we should
Prim might still cook.
I think so. And at some point, we probably will get that, the LM01 Gabumon Ace.
Oh, the Bond Ace, yeah.
Yeah. Which is also just really insane. So we see a hard drop of a Korukaku here, putting him to 3. We'll see Juan bring up his rookie.
Oh, but does he take the bait? Because right here, he's just setting up. I feel like it's obvious Zudo bait.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I mean, he did have the Zudo in hand, but he was able to remove a Crimson Blaze there, which just was like
Able to get into a pretty good next turn.
Yeah. Neither of them opened up insane this game, it looks like, so we might see a little bit more back and forth in this one. Okay, looks like the Flamemon's going to come down, pitching Alderman, drawing 2. We've seen Juan make that play so many times today, and it's such a good play. Bring up the Gabumon, gain 1, draw 1. We got an additional mat. There's a good chance that will come down. We'll swing 2K jamming, check an Ukomon. We'll drop the mat, it looks like, and then maybe an Ice Wall to pass, but can't be too sure. Yep, Ice Wall.
Oh man, I don't know. Would I maybe keep Ice Wall for later, or do you think Prim's just going to try and go for game this next turn?
I think next turn, based on what we see in his hand, he's going to probably attempt to go for game. He has 2 bonds, 2 mats, and he has another Gabu in hand. I think if he doesn't try to go for game next turn, he probably sets up for it at least. We'll see.
A smart way to deal with the board from Juan.
That Ice Wall is gone now. He'll go into the Gabumon and raising. This will give him a blocker. He has double Foxfire in hand, it looks like, which, Foxfire actually removes that Burning Greymon from the board right now. And that could be a play that Prim does to pass him to 2. He'll go Zubamon, trashing 2, and then deleting or bouncing.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to use the Foxfire just to return to hand. He probably wants to use it to bottom deck a hybrid instead.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Because if you have the Gabu out, it bottom decks.
Yeah. And it can do any level as well. So if the Alderman does eventually hit the board.
Yeah.
Flamemon, drawing. Then we'll probably see Juan go a little bit more aggressive on this turn now. A little bit of thought going into this one. I think both of them this time have a bit more of a grindy hand rather than both of them just drawing an insane blowout hands. So really good game we're going to have here. Checking his trash, swinging for 2. Checking his trash, he'll check the Foxfire, bounce it. That's kind of good because checking the trash assumes that he probably is setting up for an Emperor. I think in his trash he does have 4 at current moment.
Yeah, that really keeps him off it for another turn.
Yeah, and that's...
Like I said, the bounce from Gabumon is what makes it so powerful, not necessarily the aggression.
Right. And Juan is thinking on what he wants to do next. He knows that his next play is probably going to be really impactful because we're sort of at this point in the game where at any moment, any of these players could attempt to just try and go for lethal. And Juan knows whatever he puts on the board, because of what Bond of Friendship inherently does, it will probably try and be answered. We see Prim does have 2 Bond of Friendship, so if the first one doesn't work and he doesn't die, he can definitely do it a second time. But he only has the 1 Gabumon, so we'll have to see if he's able to get another Gabumon into rotation. Juan, again, is thinking in between plays, taking a while to decide what his next play is going to be. Of course, they have plenty of time, so he'll just drop a Takuya, pass him to 2. This Takuya is the memory setter, so he will get to go to 3 memory next turn, allowing for a really good push turn. Prim will go to 4 because of his mats. And this is probably a turn where he's going to Gabu Bond. I'd be very surprised to see a world where he doesn't bond and he gave blocker to the Zudomon. Checks a Tamer. He's really thinking, do I want to go into this Gabu Bond right now? Likely.
Yeah, he does have to be safe.
Yeah, Ukomon. He knows he's in a pretty commanding position right now. However, triple Tamers with a Flamemon and he only has 3 security left could be very bad for him. But we'll have to see what he does here. He will drop he'll drop 2 Gabumons, passing him to 2. Juan will start his turn at 3. Juan really has to either answer the board or win the game in this turn, both of which I think are completely doable. We know he plays Crimson Blaze. We know, he has three tamers out, 4 swings because of the Flamemon, and Prim only has 3 security.
Yeah.
However, he has only 3 memory.
For chat, this is the final match. These are the 2 undefeated players in the last round. Yeah, that's the thing, though. If Juan does get to go into that Emperor, I don't think he has the 5 hybrids in trash, but he'll be able to pop the Zudomon and get an additional extension of memory.
If he swings with Flamemon and Flamemon does die, I believe he would have 5. So he has 1, 2, 3. No, he only has 3.
No, this would only be 4.
All that bounce from the Foxfire earlier was really good. Yeah. Is he still able to go into the Emperor without 5 or no?
Not from Takuya. He'd have to evolve up naturally, and he does not have the memory for that.
Mm-mm. Well, maybe, because can't Aldemon evo for 1?
Aldemon can evo for 1 over another level 4, not over. Or Aldemon, if there's a tamer in source, will evo
so
1.
he goes for 2 into Burning. Burning can answer something. Aldemon for 1.
He can go into Aldemon for 1. And then into the Emperor and get the turn back. Yeah, actually, that's
right. But it looks like he's not going to do that. But he can just swing over, gain some memory,
crash to get that. Oh yeah, that's and then if he swings with the flame.
Oh, and if he swings and it dies, that's the Emperor. Yeah. But he looks like he's not going to.
Super. Oh no, he's digging, but he's evolving over.
I think he just drew that. He just drew the Emperor. I think he's just not going for an Emperor angle.
Yeah.
Oof. That is
but rough. He's evolving over the warp Takuyas and leaving the memory Takuya.
I think it's because he's scared and needs another turn. But I mean, he got rid of the multiple unsuspend Agumon, so Godmon can only swing twice. Meaning, if he can't out this Godmon, Prim would need a hybrid, which he likely does have, but we will have to see. I actually do see the Lanamon in his hand, I believe. Juan again trying to sort of establish where to go from here. I think that might have been an error going over the warp Takuya. Again, I can't see his hand very well, so I'm not too sure what he might be thinking.
Yeah, because he could have gained memory back with the swing with the other Takuya.
It might be the pressure. Okay, he'll pop the Gabumon. So he staves off another turn. He has 2 swings. You could put Prim to 0. He has an Atomic Inferno in hand. If he just passes, he presents lethal next turn.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, he answered the board. I was saying, oh no, because 1 more memory would have been lethal that turn.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
And Prim does have double missed memory boost in hand, so if he really wants to, he can stop him from swinging all of those. However, it might not be enough with that Takuya.
It will. Actually, he only has 4.
Because
he only has 4 in there.
Right. But that Takuya can turn into a normal hybrid and just Atomic Inferno. And then he would need another way to swing, potentially a Louis.
Is it 5 now? Did I miss something?
I don't know. I didn't see.
1.
Looks like he's 2.
2.
3. 4. 5. He has 5. There's a Flamemon.
All right.
And then a Blitz Omni. I don't even remember who's playing Blitz Omni. We'll draw.
Because he has the Aldemon too. So I mean, if this is Death X though, is he big enough to get over Death X?
And then Omni for
game.
Okay, we're going game 3. Uh-oh. Wow.
That's crazy.
Really epic. One of the best games we've had all day. I love these sort of aggressive decks. They just make for such hype games, really. They used to, back in the day, before Mulligans, they used to make a lot of non-games. And so like these hyper aggro decks were not necessarily as popular just because you would draw these hands that you couldn't really do anything with. But due to Mulligan, I think we're seeing a lot more of these hyper aggressive decks be popular, as well as cards like Ukamon and Louis coming out that can make these decks work. And it's just so fun to watch these decks play. I'm very excited that this is the final. Also, guys, go buy your Gabu bonds now before they skyrocket. Anything you have to say, Tyler?
I want to see how this goes. I need to know the resolution.
Yeah, this is super exciting. Super exciting. I cannot wait to see how this concludes. 1-1.
So I feel like we should be on opposite sides. So, I mean, who do you think's going to win?
Well, I do have to say I am very close friends with Michael. Him and I go way back. He taught me how to say the word mountain correctly. You're not supposed to say the T. I would always say mountain or mountain. And he, him and Team Icewall corrected me on that. So it's mountain. You say it with a soft T. And him and I go way back. So I'm going to have to go with Michael here,
That's not fair.
You got to stand with the boys. If it was you there, I'd go with you as well.
No, I think the universe likes it when I lose, so I'm going to root for Juan.
Okay.
But honestly, either way, both these players phenomenal. They're in finals. They did what they had to do, and they're both walking away with an Omni. So
and an invite, and it's 1-1. These guys, some of the best players right here. And they're both so locked in. I love having these face cams. Just looking at their faces right now, they are locked into this game. Prim does have the red plug-in in his hand. He has a Vulcan hammer.
Burning the ice wall is very
going into a Lanamon on the Gabu. I think he's to draw.
I mean, he has Juan did teach me how to say a word. He taught me how to say patience in Spanish because I've been waiting for him to win this game. He's got this.
How do you say it?
I don't know yet. He's got to win the game.
Okay. And he checks a mat. That's rough, Michael. But unfortunately, he didn't evolve into the Lanamon here. However, he has that plugin now he can use to give something jamming. Lanamon's a win digivolving, correct? Not just a main.
Yeah, correct.
Prem's seen his pieces now. He has the mat. He has the Gabumon in hand.
Memory Takuya in the back.
Love to see it. So proud of him. So proud of both these guys. But no matter what.
The ability to give anything blocker is so strong against Red Hybrid because blockers really do just hurt the Red Hybrid. They mess with their game plan. Looking at his hand, shuffling it around a little. He does have the Korikaku. He's probably thinking about utilizing that here to freeze the Flamemon, which would stave off an attack. I don't know how effective that'd be. If I were Prim, I would want to save my hybrids, especially since I've already burnt through one. He'll swing 4K over the Flamemon. That's probably correct. Draws the unsuspend Gabumon. We are looking at a very aggressive game here. Korikaku. Yeah, and then you play the BT6 Gabu to pass to. Oh no, it's memory Takuya. Okay.
Yeah. I think
so. The Korikaku is just to be at 6K threshold. That doesn't feel good because Crimson Blaze still clears it.
I think it was to draw a card because his hand's not looking too good. But at this point, he has pretty much all he needs, right? He has a Gabumon. He has the unsuspend Gabumon. His hand's not the best looking, but I wouldn't be upset if this was my hand with my current board state. Being at 3 memory is, I think, what's the roughest right now because, you have to live 2 more turns to make this relevant. And I understand not wanting to hard play that unsuspend Gabi because right now that's sort of your win con. And if they just play a Burning Greymon, you lose it.
Yeah.
Very high stakes game here. Again, both of them I don't think have necessarily the most insane hands. I can't see Juan's on camera. However, just based on how long he's thinking and the current board he has, can't imagine it's too much better than Primitives. I did see an Aldemon when he flashed it there for a second. Is he thinking on raising, or did he just hatch this turn?
I don't remember.
Okay. It does look like he showed his hand for a second. It looks like there's a bunch of level 4s clogging it up right now.
I mean, they got plenty of time. They could take their time with this one.
Yeah, 100%. I want this to be the best game 3 I've ever seen. He just hatched. Okay. Still thinking here. Still got 20 minutes on the clock, though. Plenty of time to think. He's going to go into a Aldemon. Going to draw a card. He ripped a Aldemon off the top. Sorry, he went into a Goonimon. Got Aldemon off the top. Aldemon's just going to be swinging for like really big here. Probably over the Korikaku, I would imagine. And he got an Emperor Greymon. Okay. Emperor Greymon will remove that stack and then have a threat next turn. If only it had Blitz.
I feel like here you swing over first, because even if Gabu blocks, you could still evolve in the Emperor and
pop the other.
And pop the other one.
That's probably correct. I can't think of a reason why he'd want it unsuspended or need it unsuspended.
Scared of the Zudo. The Zudo. He wants the sources, maybe.
Maybe. But then, of course, Foxfire. That's tough.
Yeah, that's really rough.
Prim's in a really commanding position right now. Of course, Juan does have 5 security still. So it's not he'll just jump block that.
Yeah, can't give him any free checks right now, especially not to draw cards.
Right, and if he plays anything here to pass turn, Digimon wise, yeah, he would give Prim extra memory, which I'm sure he doesn't want to do. And he does draw that Zudomon. This hand is looking a lot better with every single draw. He'll raise up, go to 3, assuming at some point he's going to. He got the Ukomon. Okay, so he has the Ukomon, but right now is definitely a Gabu Bond moment. Right, this is a certified Gabu Bond moment.
I don't know if he could afford to Gabubon, though, with 3 memory.
Yeah.
How many hybrids are in the trash for Juan? Yeah,
for
3
Juan,
security, sorry.
Yeah, because Gabubon only doesn't trash security if you have 2 or less, right?
I know, it always trashes security. He only doesn't kill himself if you have 2 or less.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't be sure how many hybrids are in Juan's trash. And with 5 memory, that is tough. But if Prim were to do it, I think now would be the likely time, just due to this being his only Gabumon he has left in rotation. He'll Sojo into the Lanamon. Oof. Maybe to save that for a Blast Digivolve next turn. And then he'll play a Matt, giving him 2, gaining 1, leaving him at 1 memory.
Yeah, that's the solid.
I think that's a smart play. He's threatening the Blast, and then, okay, we see an Ukomon coming from Juan here.
But Juan's got to find a way to pass him to less than 3.
Yeah. And he did give up the Sojo in order to do this play. So Juan can now freely drop Digimon. Crimson Blaze comes down. Oh my gosh, the board wipe is big. He drew another Gabumon though. He can go into the Gabumon. He can draw. He needs a way to start chipping down the security because he's a little behind right now. He'll go into this Gabumon, go to 0, play an Ukomon, go to 3. Yep, this is probably a good call. He knows he just played a Crimson Blaze. I think I just saw him top deck another Crimson Blaze. So he hatches, gains a memory, he's making sure he does it right. We saw in the last stream that he did not sequence that properly, and it lost him an egg. This is game 3.
This is game 3
of the finals. Counting out the hybrids, he has 5. So he does have enough for Takuya. I don't know if I had Takuya here. I think I just saw him draw Crimson Blaze. To me, that seems like the smarter play.
I mean, if he has the Blitz Omni.
Is that game, though?
Because if he has Blitz Omni, it is.
Right?
It's 1 from the Takuya as well.
Oh, okay. Looks like he is going to go into that Emperor Grey that got bounced earlier, most likely. I believe that was this game, yep. Going to 1, he'll draw a card. Can't see his hand, so I can't tell you if he has the Blitz Omni. Removing that. Have to imagine this is bigger than...
Atomic Inferno, just to make it even bigger. Yeah.
And then Ukomon for
swing
game.
with the Ukomon. Yeah.
So our Digimon North Carolina regional champion is Juan Adolfo Lopez. Really, really good game there.
Phenomenal
Overall,
games.
yeah, that was just incredible. Two great players here. We see them packing up. Massive victory for both
Look at
of them.
those guys.
Very good job on both of them.